Does the Bible command equal incomes? Everybody's got to have the same income. Does the Bible command equal outcomes? Everyone's got to have the same. No, doesn't. We just went through it. Does the Bible command government programs? But the Bible doesn't command it. Doesn't mean we can't have them, just the Bible doesn't command it. Does the Bible command government redistribution of wealth? No. Does the Bible command laws to help the poor? Be careful with this one because the answer is yes. The idea was that there were laws in the Old Testament to help the poor. But there's a big difference between what the Bible says is what we might call social justice and what secular social justice is. I don't use the term social justice. Why? Because we're about to see why. Because in today's society, social justice doesn't mean biblical social justice, it means secular social justice. Now, the Bible doesn't have the term social justice. This term was actually coined by a Catholic priest a little over 100 years ago. But the idea is to help the needy. In fact, this is what it really means. Individuals taking action to care for the poor, orphans, widows, the unborn, the people that need help, needy in our society, right? Secular social justice, what do you think it means? You hear the term social justice, what do you think of? A mandate to do what? Take from one and give to the other. In fact, here's a definition. Government and individual action to liberate oppressed groups and equalize all income and all outcomes. In fact, here's a good book on the topic, Why Social Justice is Not Biblical Justice, by Scott David Allen. Here's what he says in this book. He says, secular social justice is deconstructing traditional systems and structures deemed to be oppressive and redistributing power and resources from oppressors to their victims in the pursuit of equality of outcome. Equity. This is what this is a summary of critical theory. Okay? Critical theory, critical race theory, critical queer theory. These are the oppressed groups, and these are the oppressor groups. It's all about oppressors and oppression. And doesn't matter what your individual behavior is, if you're part of one of these groups, you automatically have to have some of your resources taken away and given to these groups. Now, can you see some problems with this? We talked about it a few lessons ago. I can see many problems with this. That if we actually, and unfortunately this has now gotten to our government, I don't know about you, but I don't know anywhere in society where the government or a corporation is trying to cram white supremacy down anyone's throat. It's exactly the opposite, right? But I know many in our government now, and I know many corporations that want to cram critical theory down your throat, which is just another form of racism. In fact, here are many of the problems I see if we go down this road further. This is not the way forward, in other words. This is going to make our country less just biblically. We're going to have more division, tribalism, and racism. You don't fight racism with more racism. By saying everybody on that side has to be wrong. And we're going to take from you and give to everyone on the other side. Can you think of any better way to divide a nation than to do this? Also, we're going to have less justice. Why? Because it's not just to judge people as part of a group. That's the whole problem with racism. You're judging people according to the group they're in, rather than their own individual behavior. Out with Martin Luther King. He's toast now. I dream of a day. I have a dream that one day my children are going to be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That's gone, right? Doesn't matter how good your character is. If you're part of one of the oppressor groups, the perceived oppressor groups, you're done.